Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and well, I am doing a quick chatty before the Formula One starts. I've been so busy today. I really have. I've done my giveaway, I've filmed 2 tutorials, and I am so relieved that I was able to do it, because yesterday I had this pain that was sharp and shooting through my hand. Although it was in my left hand and I'm right-handed, it didn't help because I had to hold the yarn and the project with this hand, and I couldn't even sort of sit there in the evening, watch TV without holding anything and get comfortable without there being a pain in it. And I thought, this is the worst that I've ever had it, because I mean, I have had that before. Like, it's happened where I'll be crocheting and it's like niggled and I've had to stop, but then it's gone as quick as it came. But last night it was set in, and I thought it was worse as well, so much worse. And I thought, that's it, I'm not going to be able to do my tutorials. And you know, where I wanted to get ahead and get on top, I thought, no, I'm just not going to be able to do any at all. So relieved that it had gone and I could do that today. And a couple of times I had a little twang in there, and I thought, oh, is it coming back? But it hasn't, thank goodness. So I've done my crochet along. It's not a massive section, but then when I look at it, I'll show you it actually. It is right here before my eyes. When I look at it, I'll look at it this way. Some of these stripes are much wider than others. You can see the bit I've done. So yeah, like this one here is very small, then it got a little bigger, then I had some bigger ones, and then I went back to smaller. And I quite like them being all different. I like them being different sizes and different textures. That's the whole idea of it really for me. It was kind of a textured sample blanket kind of thing, and so I decided to keep that one a little bit on the more narrow side, because I did want to at one point repeat the pattern again and have it a little bit wider, or half the pattern anyway, but I didn't. I decided to keep it that size, and plus I don't have a great deal of that yarn. I got that from Wool Warehouse, and their balls are small and they're not that bountiful on them either. So whereas the yarn I got from Hobby Rocks was going quite, you know, well, and the yarn that I got when I went to Hobbycraft that time, they're 100-gram balls, so they're going to be a lot better. But even the 50-gram balls that I have in my shop that I used from Stylecraft, and the other ones I had, went a lot further. So as much as I loved that colour, you know, and I do have some of it, I will, not this colour, but I do have some of that yarn, I will kind of use what I've bought. I don't know whether I'll buy any more though. We'll see, time will tell what I get through and if I want to do any more of it. So I also made the square. Now, I wanted to make this quite big project. See, I made this square some time ago, very similar to it. It's not the same, but it's very similar. And I had a project in mind. Well, I had 2. Now I've got 3, 3 projects in mind, or 4 even, for this particular square. And I wanted to get it made so that this time around I had the square and the project. And then last night, this hand just wouldn't allow me. If I should have had a hook, you know, have a hook. Oh, you know, if we ever lose that, we could get a hook attached, couldn't we? We could, and then just have an interchangeable ends. Wouldn't that be a cool idea? Anyway, I know, maybe not, wouldn't be a cool idea at all. It'd be much cooler to actually have your hand. But anyway, I digress. So, yeah, anyway, I couldn't get it done, and so I'm a bit behind. I'm going to try my best to get that done, and so add that bit on to that tutorial with a little bit of magic or wizardry. That is known as edit iMovie. I don't do editing stuff. I just add them on, you know, that's all I kind of do. Take them off, add them on. That's about as much as I do. I mean, I know there are people out there with CapCut, and, you know, Gary's daughter has said to me before, I did this with CapCut, did that. I haven't got time to play with that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I certainly don't anyway. I'd love to be able to. I'd love to have a glamorous assistant that could do all that for me. I'd love to have a glamorous assistant that could write me a pattern. That's what I'd really love, pattern writer. If I could find one of them, I'd smother them in kisses. Well, maybe. I don't know. See, as you can see, I'm sitting here before you in a buoyant mood. I didn't have a bad dream about Gary last night, which helped. Because that puts you in a right bad mood, doesn't it, when you have a bad dream about someone? It puts you in a bad mood with them as well, which is a bit unfair. Because, as I said yesterday, they haven't actually done it. But, you know, in your brain they have, because you had witnessed it. But, so no, didn't have an horrible dream. A horrible dream was not there. So, yeah, I'm a lot better today. Have cut myself again. And I did that in the yarn van. Take it off now. So the air get to it. There it is. Massive wound. Not. But what it is, I brush past things. And my paper-like thin skin, elderly skin on my arm, just goes. Honestly, I've got really, really crepey skin on my arms. They don't pucker. You know, they're quite... But it does kind of rip open quite easy. I worry about when I get old. What's it going to be like? It's going to sneeze and suddenly split wide open. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration. But you know what I mean? I'll just go, oh dear, not another cut. You know, it's just not on, is it? I don't understand it. So, yeah, I've got Gary going around covering up all of the scratchy bits of the house. Sorry, Joan, bashed her in the head. Well, she's only got a head, to be fair. I'd have to have bashed her in the head. She hasn't got any other bits, just a head. So it would have had to have been a head. Right, tutorial was finished cooking. Better calm down. The Formula One's on soon. That'll bore me to tears. It has bored me to tears for the last couple of years. I don't really know why I bother watching it anymore. But, you know, I think I cling on to the fact that it used to be good. But there's sometimes you get a good race. But 9 times out of 10, I just think, I might as well do crochet while watching this. Is that opened up again? No, it hasn't. Anyway, I'm really thirsty as well, and I didn't bring a drink in. That was really stupid of me. So I'm going to go put the kettle on soon and settle down and watch the boring race. And at the same time, I can do some crochet, see if I can get a bit more of that done. But, you know, you have to keep your wits about you on that square. It's very easy to go awry. But it's beautiful, and I really wanted to make this project for so long, since I started doing YouTube. Really, it was an idea I had that far back. In fact, I had a couple of ideas that far back with it, and they're still milling around, and they're like ping pong. Anything else I've got to tell you? I know. Oh, look! I nearly forgot. I'll be back. I'm only down here. I've not gone far. So, today for you is Monday. It's Sunday for me, but it's Monday for you. So, do we have... Oh, it looked like Jean-Luc Picard for a minute in the dark, but it's not. It's Gus Fring. Obviously, his name's Moff Gideon or something. Can't see what the background is. Lots of writing, but as it's black on kind of dusky mauve, not sure I'll see it. The child is extremely gifted. Talking about me again. Where's my light? I need that. Hang on. The child is extremely gifted and has been blessed with rare properties that have potential to bring order back to the galaxy. And that was Moff Gideon. And there's a bit of a stormtrooper in the background, actually. I've just noticed. It's a bit blurry, but he is there. Oh, and there's some chappy working. Anyway, that's that. Let's have a look. Not that one. The jokes. Getting quite far into this one. We'll be starting on the dad jokes soon. Oh, hang on. Yep, you know you're over 60 when you start receiving birthday cards that don't mention your age. That was John Newbold. Look on the brighter side of being bald. At least you don't have to wash your hair anymore. Dara O'Connell. I thoroughly refuse to throw away the comb that I've had for 30 years. I'm not sure if it's for sentimental reasons or the naive optimism that my hair may make an unexpected reappearance once more. Amanda Bell? Ooh. Well, I hope female pattern baldness does not hit me. Doesn't look like it's going to, does it, with this bush? Well, you never know though, do you? What's around the corner. Anyway, I'm going to get off, go and put that kettle on, and I will catch up with you on the next one. Hopefully my hand will hold out and I'll get that done. If not, just be a square on its own and the project will kind of come later. But I'm hoping, fingers, toes and tits crossed, that I can get it done. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.